You always have to add weight to progress. Let's talk about it.
Don't you want to look good naked?
When it comes to progressing, specifically when we're talking about building muscle and changing our body composition, we have to think about something called progressive overload. So all that means is that we're doing a little bit more every time we go in the gym or every time we lift weights. A lot of people think that you can only progress if you add weight to the bar or increase the weight of your dumbbells or cable, whatever you're using. But in reality, progressive overload can happen from many different factors. So instead of increasing weight and only focusing on that, think about, can I do an extra rep? Can I improve my technique and form with that movement? Can I slow down my tempo or change the tempo of the exercise I'm doing? Maybe I manipulate my rest periods, or I manipulate the type of exercise I'm doing to target different areas of the muscle fiber. So there's lots of different ways to progress. It's not just about continuously adding weight to the bar or using heavier dumbbells, but over time, you do want to make sure that you are progressing in that sense. But if we're looking at trends over time, we do want to think about continuing to bump that weight up a little bit over the course of the training months, the training years. And also realize that this is gonna be different from exercise to exercise. For example, adding weight to a barbell squat versus adding weight to a lateral raise is gonna be a different scenario, because a squat is using a lot of different muscles and a lateral raise is using a small muscle group. So you can kind of think about it like that. For your lateral raises, you're probably not gonna increase the weight significantly, but on your bigger movements like your squats and your deadlifts, you might see that weight go up faster. Something else to think about is that if your goal is to build muscle, you don't want to be focused on just moving weight from point A to point B. So yes, maybe you can increase the weight on your deadlifts or your squats, week to week or month to month, but if your main goal is to build muscle, it doesn't necessarily matter how much weight you're adding. Are you creating enough tension within the muscle fiber to create that muscle growth? So this is a mistake that I made for a long time. It was just my ego was taking over. I was like, I need to add more weight, and my form started breaking down. I started really just focusing on moving that weight from point A to point B and not even thinking about what the main goal was to create as much tension in that muscle tissue as possible. Focus more on, okay, am I performing this movement with good technique, good form, good execution? Am I paying attention to my tempo? Am I paying attention to time under tension? Am I making sure that I'm getting close to failure with effective reps? We know that that is very important for muscle growth. So again, you don't always have to add weight to the bar. Focus on some of the other things. And one thing I want you to end with is think about, instead of doing more, think about how you can do things better. When I changed my mindset to thinking about doing better or becoming better at what I was already doing versus just adding more or doing more, it completely changed my results.
Women, we believe